Hello viewers, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Saturday to each and every one of you. I trust that the weekend is going well. Thank you so much for your time. You're watching 284 Media. Virgin Islands history and heritage has transitioned not only through music, but in other crafts. I'm honored today to be joined by Melly Mingo out of Bronx, New York. Of course, he has a strong and rich heritage in history coming from the Virgin Islands, of course, BVI and USVI, and he is making his mark in the music arena, and we are so honored to have him on our shores and most importantly, our studios. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Viewers, welcome back and thanks you once again for sticking with us. As promised, I am joined by the one and only Melly Mingo. Melly, welcome. First of all, welcome home. And second of all, welcome to our 284 Media Studios.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
It is our absolute pleasure. Now, you have been in the music industry for some 4 years, of course, stationed in the Bronx, New York. Before we get into your musical artistry and all the stuff that you've been working on so far, you have a very strong and rich Virgin Islands history and heritage. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, the last time I was here, I want to say it was about 20 years ago, so it's been quite some
It's been a long time. Okay.
But most of my family comes from Huntsham's Gut, Lower Estate, St. Thomas, just different areas, and a lot of them moved to the States. So,
of course.
Unfortunately, I came back down for a few days for the passing of my cousin a few days ago. Went to a funeral. I was able to get in contact with a lot of my family out here, just been spending time with the family, and also just pushing these records and music as well. And I'm just glad to be here because, like I said, it was about 20 years, so I'm just blessed to be back home.
Well, welcome back, as I said, welcome home.
Thank you.
When you walk the streets of the Virgin Islands, and of course you've had an opportunity to do a lot of the things that we perhaps take for granted, from Virgin Gorda to Anegada to Just Van Dyke. What has that experience been like for you, in a sense, reintegrating yourself back into our culture?
Honestly, I would say it's very humbling because I know that these streets come with a lot of struggle, a lot of pain. Like, a lot of people dealt with things that I couldn't even imagine being back home. So just being very humble, understanding what my family members before me have been through and what they are working so hard to overcome. And I'm actually here being able to witness it now. It's just a blessing just to be here and just to be able to experience these things with them and just be able to get in contact with everyone. I'm loving it here, honestly.
Wonderful. Now, who is Melly Mingo as an artist?
I would categorize myself as a versatile artist. So my first name is Jamel, my last name is Mingo. My friends call me Mel, Melly, and I just put it together with my last name, Melly Mingo. So basically, I like to tap into different genres. I don't want to be stagnant into one genre or one thing. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of artists, they are afraid to tap into different cultures, to different sounds, because some people may not like one genre. They might favor another genre. So I feel like I want to be able to give people a little bit of everything. Like, if you don't like this, you could like that. Like, just a different variety.
Understand. Can you tell us a little bit about how your musical talents even came to fruition? Where did that love for music come from?
Honestly, just being a kid, listening to things on the radio. And honestly, I was just listening to a couple songs, and I thought to myself, like, I wonder how does this process work? Like, I wonder if I could do that. So just one day I literally went to the studio, I found a nice beat, and I just recorded a song, and my friends were telling me that I honestly should pursue it because it was sounding good. But you know, a lot of times your friends are just gonna tell you like, you're gonna think your friends are just gonna give you that advice, or just like, you're not really gonna take it serious. So when I started getting positive feedback from people across the world that I never met before, that's what really did it for me. That's what made me want to take it serious, because it's people that don't know me, so they wouldn't have a reason to kind of give me that little push or kind of lie to me. Like, that's where it came from, honestly.
Understood. Now, when you look back at your very short time so far in the industry, what have been some of your highest moments? And also share with us if there have been any low moments for you.
Okay, well, with the highest moments, I would honestly say it's the feeling people get. Well, it's the feeling I get when I realize that people truly enjoy the music, especially if they don't know me. And just to see their reaction to the music and just to enjoy themselves, because that's really what I want to be able to provide, just a sense of enjoyment. Just being able to perform. Like, I did a lot of shows and performances across the states, a lot of colleges and everything. Just that feeling of just watching people just get a sense of enjoyment for themselves. The low points, I would say, would be a lot of times making a record and you feel like it's not getting the reaction that you want to get at first. It kind of would make you want to go into a depressive mode, because you're seeing other people kind of progress before you. But a lot of times over the years, what I realized is that everyone's success has a different time. Like, sometimes, like, a lot of things are just not gonna be your moment. Like, you have to wait for your moment. Everyone's struggle and everyone's grind is different, and that's what makes the beauty of it. No one is gonna have the same path to success. So whatever your path is, just stick with it. It's gonna be times where you're gonna wanna quit and say, I don't wanna do this anymore. All right, let me try something else. But you have to realize that it's people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and you'll be cheating them because they honestly feel like you can make it, and you just gotta keep going. Like, honestly, that's the advice I would give, just to keep pushing, keep going, because it's gonna happen. Your time will come.
Well said, and I thank you so much for your honesty and authenticity in sharing that advice. I want to touch a little bit more on some of the moments, because you quite openly gave encouragement to a lot of the other artists. But let's take a look more so at the industry. There are a lot of up-and-coming artists who are in the Virgin Islands, many of whom are still at home. Any advice you would extend to them as it pertains to the actual industry, whether it's getting into it and dealing with various managements and have you?
Honestly, I would say the advice I could give is to don't be afraid to stay stuck in your zone. Like, Tortola, it's a small island, but it's also a big island as well. Like, with the right connections and not being afraid to stay stuck here and getting your music out and wanting to collaborate with different sounds and different genres of music, that could definitely help push. Because a lot of people feel that this isn't really for me, because it's not really everyone's doing the same thing. So I feel like one route you could take is trying to experiment with different sounds, different genres, and seeing how that takes you. Definitely. Just don't be afraid to just leave your comfort zone. That's the most important thing.
Thank you. Now, I've had the honor of listening to one of your records, which I absolutely love. Of course, Afrobeats is in.
Thank you.
So it takes on that form. But what is next for you, would you say? When you look at, of course, hindsight is 2020, what do you want to work on? What's in your vision for next music or any collaborations?
Honestly, my vision is to definitely push this record as far as possible, because you just need that one foot in the door, and then it'll be so much easier for everyone to be able to gravitate to your other music and your other sounds. Like I said before, I'm not really a fan of one dimension of music or genres, so I want to be able to let people hear different genres that I have. As of now, the Afrobeats is highly favored, so I'm going to continue with that type of direction, but I really want to continue to just perform and do shows, have more people aware of me, and bring music everywhere, and definitely spread the spotlight back on my hometown, New York, and here, Tortola. I just want people to be more informed because there's a lot of talented artists out here too. So I definitely want to work with a lot of artists that are out here that don't necessarily get their music across the states because they don't have that connection. So I want to be able to build that bridge, definitely get stronger, excuse me, so I can be able to build that bridge between here and there. Because definitely, as I've been here for a few days, I've definitely noticed a lot of talent out here, and I definitely want to work with them and hopefully get them overseas to do shows with me as well.
Wonderful. Now, being a lover of music, as you said, and really a student of the craft, what music or what genre of music would people be surprised to know that you listen to?
Gospel.
Okay, that's a good one. That's one of my favorites as well.
I grew up in the
Gospel and
church,
country.
so
Good. Beautiful. Well, Melly, I want to thank you so much for gracing us with your presence here at 284 Media. We are a lover of all things creative, all things young talent. So it was an honor for us to really have you and feature you for this entertainment series. We wish you the very best, and we thank you so much for your love and light and your words of wisdom as you two continue to traverse through your musical journey as an artist. Before we go, I have to ask you, can you tell us all, the general public, what are your social media handles for anyone watching that wants to follow your music?
yes, definitely. So it's MELLYMINGO, Melly Mingo. You can find me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. The TikTok is heavily favored right now.
Yes,
a lot of dances and everything. Just anything you could think of, I'm there. Promise you.
All right, viewers, that is all the time we have. I do hope, again, that you enjoyed our entertainment series and continue to have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.